Hello fellow mermaids and mermaids-to-be. Today I will be reviewing my new Magictail.de skin. Magictail.de is a German-based company, much like FinFun Mermaid, that makes fabric tails and sells them online with their own monofin. I purchased mine in December and I'm quite happy with it. It was definitely time to upgrade from my old FinFun sparkle tail. So let's get right on to it. So cosmetics, I graded it a 9 out of 10. The tails are very nice looking. I purchased the Arielle color in a size medium, which is kind of a turquoisey greeny blue color, and it's very pretty. Some nice details in it are the scales decreasing in size towards the bottom, the ribbing on the fluke, which makes it more realistic, the stripe on the backside, and the general sense of depth and texture. One problem with the tail I found though is that it's a very thin material, so it's quite see-through. So you can see here in this video, you can see my swimsuit pretty easily obvious. It's a very dark purple color. Even this swimsuit I was wearing the first time I went swimming, you can like see it pretty easily, and this isn't a very dark color. So that's kind of a thing I don't really like about this tail, is that the fabric is very thin. It kind of takes away the mermaid aspect of it when you can see someone's legs very clearly through the swimsuit. Heels do stick out quite a bit at the edge of your monofin, like this part right here. It's quite boxy and it does stick out, especially with the older model of the Magictail monofins, which I don't think they sell anymore. But of course you're going to get that with any sort of fabric tail you get. One thing I do adore about this tail, and it seems like a bit of a small detail, are these little tips, these little fabric tips at the end of the fluke here. Almost got this like little bit of elegance, and it looks really pretty, these bits, when you're just swimming in the water. Okay, now we're going on to comfort. It's a very natural feeling swimsuit. The spandex fits my body very nicely and I haven't had any allergic reactions or anything to it, and it has been brought to my attention after I made my monofin video that Magictail has come out with a new type of monofin. From what I can tell, it looks a lot like the FinFun monofin. Seems a little tight around the ankles when you first get it, but it's no more painful than just having an elastic around your wrist. So for their customer service, 10 out of 10. Even though their original language is German, it's very easy to understand in English, and I was able to find what I wanted to buy very quickly. Now, ordering was a little bit more complicated because you need to have an account, and they only take direct deposit through banking or PayPal. Since they're in Germany, I would recommend for anyone across the pond to use PayPal, and your bank might charge you for overseas transfers and it just takes a while, so I just go with PayPal. For shipping, oh, it was so beautiful. It shipped to my house in less than a week. But of course, I had to pay import fees, which is about $30, so in total the whole thing came to about $100 Canadian, with the conversion and our dollar being so bad at the moment. So for the durability of this tail, I'm giving it a kind of rough 8 out of 10. I haven't swum in it quite enough to see any lasting effects, but so far so good. As I have said before, the fabric is very thin. There is a little bit more risk of it ripping and tearing. I've been taking a couple extra precautions when I'm wearing my tail, such as not taking it off out of the water, just taking it off in the water so I'm not climbing out of the pool. I'm not standing on it when I'm in the water, and I'm not rubbing it against the side of the pool or anything. Just be careful with it. So for the performance, I'm giving the tail a 9 out of 10. It does its purpose. It looks very pretty both in and out of the water. As far as the monofin goes, I'm not entirely sure about it, since the only one I've tried is their older model. I will try and link you to a couple videos about the monofin or another review about it. From what I've seen on their website and what people have told me, it's probably about the same type as this monofin, the FinFun, except I don't think it's open at the bottom, so you can't take the actual polypropylene out, and it looks about the same like a neoprene, but I don't know if they've gotten rid of the big plastic bit, but I think it does its job pretty well. If it's anything like this monofin, it'll work great. It'll propel you through the water. If you're still interested in hearing more about what I have to say about monofins, you can click my monofin video. Also, safety. I cannot stress it enough that if you're going to buy yourself or your child a tail, make sure that you are confident in the water. I do work in an aquatic facility, and I've seen a couple mermaids whose parents have bought them tails, but they're 6 and they cannot really swim in the water. They're pretty much immobile and they have to have their parents with them, which is a little stressful for lifeguards, and it's leading to some concerns about whether or not we should ban the tails altogether, which I just don't want. My opinion is that you should have at least a Red Cross Swim Kids level 5. If you don't have that in your country, probably the equivalent would be being able to swim 25 meters by yourself, preferably in water over your head, and being able to tread in it for at least probably, I'd say, about 30 seconds to a minute, as well as being able to do the dolphin kick. If you're not really sure what the dolphin kick is or how it relates to mermaiding, you can click my tutorial video here. I just want to make sure everyone's safe when they're swimming in mermaid tails, and as well that we keep mermaiding around, because it might be eventually banned if we have too many problems with this. Okay, so that's enough doom and gloom. Back to the the actual thing, the review. So my total is 46 out of 50 if you combine all the different categories. That would be 94%, which is an A. I think that's an accurate grade for the tail. In regards to fabric tails, it's very fun and it looks great both in and out of the water. The company is reputable and the mermaid tail swims really great in the water. Just make sure that you're never swimming alone, whether you're swimming with a friend who's filming you or you're around a lifeguard or a parent who's watching you. Just always make sure that you're keeping your safety a #1 priority. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. But if you have some sort of power complex and think that disliking this video will stop my past self from uploading it, give it a thumbs down. Go right ahead. Please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you later. Bye! Because sometimes I get really concerned, and it makes me sad when I see people